The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, so good morning, everybody. Attendees are starting to come through thick and fast. Hopefully you can see the screen and hear me okay. We'll just give it another minute or so just to try and catch a few more people signing up, and then we'll kick things off. If anyone's having any issues with hearing or seeing the screen, then just drop me a note in the questions and we'll see what we can do. Okay, I think there's a few more people just coming through, so we'll look to get started in the next few seconds. Okay. So, good morning, everybody. Hopefully you can all hear me okay and see my screen. My name is Chris Hopkins, and I'm the UCC specialist for the Yealink business unit. So we're a dedicated Yealink resource that sits within the NICOM group and serves Nimans channel partners. So the aim of this webinar is to promote product awareness for Yealink's Microsoft certified voice and peripheral devices. So we'll be looking to finish around 10:30, so it's not the hour as stated, and we'll be looking to move into Q&A at close. So I would ask, if you do have any questions, please do save them for the end of the webinar. There'll be plenty of time to run through any questions that you may have. So this is session 1 of 3 that we'll be looking to formalise over the next few weeks. So session 2 will cover Yealink's MTR devices. So this stands for Microsoft's Teams Rooms. And I will also have a delegate from Microsoft joining us on that particular session. Session 3 will cover Yealink's meeting service and the range of Yealink's video conference solutions that sits in that world. So as I mentioned, we'll be looking to finalise these sessions in the coming weeks. And if there's anything additional that you do need, please do contact a member of the Yealink business unit or your Nimans account manager. Okay, so we'll just move into the agenda. So we'll take a look at a brief background of Yealink and their Microsoft journey. And then we have some information around NICOM, their strengths to serve channel, and how the Yealink business unit that sits within the group can help you, your partners, and end users. Then item 3, the new normal. So this piece encompasses just some very base considerations before you and your end users, I guess, look to spend on devices for our new working world. Then we'll take a look at product. So covering Yealink's Microsoft Voice and peripheral solutions before moving on to Q&A. And again, I'll try my very best to answer all questions. However, if I am unable to do so, if some are a little bit above my remit, then we'll take them away and come back to you before the end of the day with an update. This session will be recorded and will be made available either at the end of the day or end of play tomorrow. Okay, so moving in to the first slide. So who are Yealink? So in business terms, Yealink are quite a young company, but have grown exponentially since they began literally just 19 years ago. They have some very impressive milestones before moving into the world of Microsoft. So in 2005, they became the global #1 USB phone provider. 2017 saw them become #1 globally for SIP phone shipments. So if you couple this and these achievements with their accolades in Microsoft world, their full product range is fast becoming unrivaled. So in terms of full products, it encompasses SIP devices, including desk phones, DECT phones, wireless conference units, cloud and on-premise management solutions. There's a full raft of certified Microsoft solutions from voice, video and peripherals. And there's soon to launch Yealink's Meeting Cloud platform. So this will enable you to connect and collaborate with previously incompatible platforms such as Zoom, Teams, Google Hangouts, and so on. So again, as mentioned at the start of the webinar, the Microsoft Teams rooms will be covered in session 2, and the Yealink Cloud Meeting piece will be covered in session 3. So just moving on to NICOM. So the NICOM group are Yealink's #1 distribution partner within Europe. Within NICOM, as mentioned, there is a dedicated Yealink business unit team. So we cover anything from sales, pre-sale support, technical support, marketing assistance, procurement, and so on. So we're perceived within Nimans as an in-house vendor for all our resellers, and we're fully able to provide all the qualities and support you would expect from vendor with the full support of Yealink HQ. Now, some of the points that are outlined on the slide, I'm not going to run through them all. I'm sure you can all read. You have great advantages of using the NICOM group for your Yealink UCC requirements and beyond. So if you do want to delve deeper into any of these points or anything else for that matter, then please do get in touch and we'll be happy to discuss your individual requirements. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the new normal piece. So I guess for many, the past several months were and still are quite a challenge. We've all had to navigate not only using new hardware, software solutions, but I've also been trying our best to carve out workspaces within our homes while juggling partners, flatmates, children, again, all of whom are adjusting and trying to find their place within this new normal. So whilst this has proved challenging, most companies have been able to successfully enable their remote workforce. And for many companies, now is the time to start to examine people, processes, and technology in order to identify the opportunities to optimize the work from home experience. So the Yealink UCC portfolio is fully able to provide each individual with a solution that best befits their preferred working world. Apologies. So Microsoft Teams, along with Skype for Business, is one of the few communications and collaboration platforms that provide user satisfaction data. Sorry, a question. I'm just going to pause for 1 second. Sorry, a question's just popped up from David. Is anybody having issues with sound? We've obviously got quite a few attendees on, and David appears to be at present the only person with a sound issue. I just want to make sure that I'm not basically just talking and no one's listening. No? Okay, so the question's coming through. No, all good. Well, apologies, David, if you can or can't hear. The session will be recorded, so we'll be able to provide you with a copy after the session. Okay. Right. I'm just going to pick up then, just where we've left off. So Microsoft Teams, along with Skype for Business, is one of the few communication and collaboration platforms that provides user satisfaction data. So that starred service at the end of each call, which is starting to grate a little bit, but it is proving invaluable at present. And one of the reasons why it's able to determine what is effective and what is driving user engagement and what actions are best aligned with positive business outcomes. So Yealink, along with Microsoft, having consolidated these metrics from almost 500,000 users globally, it's clear that the right audio and video endpoints significantly improve the quality and, more importantly, the user satisfaction related to Teams calls and meetings. So I guess as you look to empower and support your remote workforce and your resellers over the coming months, do consider the following. So which devices are right for me? Will I need a dual-eared headset to ensure focus at home and back to work environments? So if I'm returning to a call center, comfort's going to be an issue as well. I want something that is going to provide me with a siloed focus world that's going to be comfortable. I'll be wearing it for long periods throughout the day. Certified devices. If working with Microsoft, I am going to need a 100% certified Microsoft device to ensure quality of service. So again, ensure that the devices that you do have are 100% certified for a Microsoft working world. Any devices that you need to check that are Microsoft certified, you can just go into Google and type Microsoft certified devices, and it'll take you straight off to their website to show you anything and everything that connects to Teams, that is hardware that is certified to work. So these are just a few base considerations of what is potentially important when looking to make your purchase. So please do take note of your working environment now, and if possible, the environment you'll be working back in. So basically just to ensure investment protection for the products that you purchase. So I guess we've all adapted as best as we can to this new normal, and Yealink are here to provide you and your end users with product that is able to enhance the Microsoft Teams experience. So let's take a look at the handset range. Here we go. So this is the full range of Yealink's certified Microsoft voice devices, offering full support for Skype for Business or Microsoft Teams. So straight through from our entry-level handset on the left, which is the T55, running straight through to Yealink's CP960, which is their audio conference unit. So to point out what may appear obvious, all of the above provide voice and voice only, that there is no option for video and voice on these devices. So that piece is something that we will pick up in session 2. So just on 3 of these devices, I'm going to take the T56, the T58 and the CP960. They can be upgraded. So I didn't mention the T55 for one reason, because this handset has only and only ever will be a Microsoft device. So what this means for these 3 units is, if you have a T56, a T58 or a CP960 that are presently with your end users now, and they're the SIP versions of these products, they can be upgraded for a nominal fee to become Microsoft compatible. So your end users, if looking to migrate away from a SIP world, you can present them with a very small fee and a turnaround time of we'd suggest around 24 hours to turn that handset into a Microsoft handset. So again, offering your end users that investment protection. So equally, if your clients have these handsets currently in a Skype for Business format, so this now does include the T55 handset, because that's either Skype for Business or Teams, they can all be upgraded into Teams at no additional cost. So all the handsets that you see in front of you now, if they're with your resellers in a Skype for Business format, they can all be upgraded to Teams. So again, offering that investment protection for end users, that these products can be quickly and easily switched over to Teams just with a software blow. And again, it usually takes a couple of hours for that to happen, but we would suggest from an end user point of view just to set expectations of around 24 hours. For further information on that process, do please contact Nimans, or towards the end of this there'll be an email address that you can send directly into us, and we'll happily just outline what that process looks like. It's just things like MAC address, software level, and the make and model, and it's quite straightforward from there. Okay, so another hugely popular advantage of these handset ranges is hybrid mode. So Teams and SIP hybrid mode feature allows the phones to run simultaneously with Teams and SIP. So this is incredibly useful by effectively offering redundancy. So if your end users do have a Teams estate and they experience some downtime perhaps in that world, they can switch seamlessly to SIP. So they can still take and receive calls, ensuring business continuity. Another USP of this feature that we found hugely popular is if you manage customers that have sprawling legacy estates and traditional PBX phone systems like your Mitels and your Avias that sit in government and education houses where they're looking to slowly move into a Teams world, the prospect of having a SIP estate that can still talk to potentially parts of the business that are moving into Teams to trial that feature has been a huge USP for us, being able to get our product in front of these decision makers and these stakeholders. So if there's any of these elements that I've discussed that you do want to talk about in more detail, then do drop us a note on the email address at the end, or contact your Nimans account manager, and we'll happily talk you through what this looks like. You've probably seen as well that there is a YouTube URL underneath. So if you search on your preferred search engine, so Edge, Bing, or Chrome, and just type in Yealink hybrid mode, the fourth search down is an actual video. So it will show you the user interface on the handset as to how you can seamlessly switch between Teams and SIP. I think sometimes it just helps to see it, and especially from an end user point of view. Okay, so we'll take a closer look at each handset, and again, the slide deck will be made available at the end of the day. So, firstly, is the entry level for home and primarily common areas is the Yealink T55. So this does provide a great Teams experience at an incredibly competitive price point. So it's hugely compact. It doesn't take up too much estate in your home. We refer to this as basically, I guess, half the handset, but it is half the price. We see a huge demand for these units as common area phones due to the pricing and the size. And to be honest with you, this is the handset that I use. I just like it's quite small and sleek. It is a bit Marmite. Some people either love it or hate it, but it is a grower. And you'll note underneath, we'll see that this handset does support Wi-Fi and Bluetooth via the relevant dongle. So the WF50 dongle is the Wi-Fi, and the BT50, unsurprisingly, is the Bluetooth dongle. So this particular handset has just one USB slot at the back. So again, before quoting these particular handsets, just ensure that your due diligence has been done in terms of asking that end user what else they may need from that handset function. Do they need Wi-Fi? Do they need a Bluetooth headset? Do they need that connection for a USB headset? And it usually is just the one. So if it's just one USB that they need, then this handset's a fantastic price point to sell them. So the next handset within the range is the T56. So this is the mid-level device for general use. Again, hugely popular with all user types. Does come with a very large screen, an exceptional build. These units do also support expansion modules or sidecars, so they're ideal for front of house or reception areas. And again, to note at the bottom of the slide deck, you'll notice that these do also support Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And again, there is only one USB slot on this particular handset, but your Teams interface is obviously going to be a lot nicer and a lot cleaner. So perhaps for people that traditionally prefer a handset, a sturdy handset, this might be a good fit for them. And we have a slide just basically showing the The expansion module. So the expansion module is only for the 56 and the T58 models. It's not supported on the T55. And at present, it is only supported for Skype for Business. There is a software update that's coming downstream in literally it's weeks away, which will allow the expansion module to become Teams compatible. So as soon as we have the information from HQ of a launch date, we'll feed that out to everybody within the channel. And you'll note as well, which is quite a nice feature, but I guess it's quite an old one now, you can support up to 3 modules days chained together. Okay, and finally in the handsets, we have the T58. So you would be forgiven for thinking that the T58 is the same as the T56. However, there are some very subtle differences. So this handset does have an ergonomic screen, so it can be adjusted for comfort levels. It also does have 2 USB ports as opposed to 1 on the lower models. And it also does come with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth inbuilt, so it doesn't require the dongles as aforementioned. Now, this is the premium handset in the range. So again, I keep saying this, do think about your deployment environments and ensure you've asked all the relevant questions about what will be connecting. Because it might be that you're speccing something out on price, but it might come back to buy if this person is specifically looking for 2 USBs, and then you have to go back and go for a T58 because there is a significant price difference. And finally, in the range, we have Yealink's CP960 voice conference phone. So this is the premium audio conference unit. So this can be purchased on its own, just the Spider unit, as you can see in the middle screen. Or you can purchase the expansion mics, which are called CPW90s. So if you've got more of a traditional style boardroom and you do need that audio pickup, then the CPW90s are quite a nice add-on. And you can see those to the left and the right of the screens. The CP960 is a Cat5 connection, so it's not wireless. Now, there is the option to purchase a PoE injector, and these are available from Nimans as an accessory item. And I guess it's probably worth knowing at this point as well that all the handsets that you've seen in the range can be purchased with a PSU if required. But do check with Nimans for that, because the PSUs are different for the T5 models to the T4s that you may be used to if you've been in SIP world before. So if you already have clients as well with CP960s on SFB and Teams and SIP, and you need to expand, you can purchase these mics individually from your distribution partner as an accessory item. And something else to note that we'll cover over in sessions 2 and 3 is that these CP960 units can be recycled and used with Yealink's video conferencing solutions as well. But that's something that we'll cover in sessions 2 and 3. And just to refresh, I'm sure we all know that Skype for Business Online will be retiring in July of next year. I mean, so if you haven't already, then please do look to start discussing with your resellers about what their Microsoft Teams journey will look like in terms of infrastructure and devices. So again, to reiterate, all the handsets you've seen, if purchased in a Skype for Business hat, can be upgraded free of charge to Teams. And again, we would suggest a 24-hour period for activation, but again, it's usually a matter of hours. If we receive into distribution the request early doors, then we can usually turn it around within the afternoon for you. And again, if you would like any further information on this process, then please do get in touch and we'll be happy to help you discuss in confidence with your end users. Okay. I guess finally in the range, we have Yealink's peripheral solutions. So there's 2 certified Teams audio speakerphones. Now, before I go into the blurb on these units are certified for Teams, but in essence, they're a plug-and-play USB device as well. So even if someone doesn't have Teams, it'll still give you what you need, which is audio. It's just USB at the end of the day, but it has done the Microsoft dance and is certified for that if it is being deployed into a Teams environment as well. So the top left device is Yealink's CP900. So this is the premium build speaker. It has 6 inbuilt mics as opposed to 4 on the CP700. So if you are potentially a road warrior, or you've just got a breakaway room where you just want to be able to pick up audio, and it's maybe for 6 to 8 people, the CP900 is going to be a safer bet in terms of pickup for everybody in that room. Especially now as well with COVID restrictions in place. If you have a body than an empty seat than a body, the CP900 is going to be a better fit for that world. The CP700 is the medium level portable speakerphone, and again, it's ideal for meetings of up to 4 people. It is slightly cheaper, as you'd expect, with lesser mics. Both units do include a travel case, and they can be purchased with or without a Bluetooth dongle. So the fully certified Microsoft piece, so it does come with a dedicated Microsoft Teams badge to access certain functions. So if you can see on the screen in the bottom middle of each one, you'll see that little purple Teams logo. So if you actually press that button, it does invoke your Teams client, and you can also access Cortana through that as well. Other features we have are flashing lights, which indicates notifications for unanswered calls, voicemail, or any upcoming meetings for Teams applications that you may have. So I guess we do understand that everybody has a specific need. Some might require a handset, some a headset, and some a speakerphone, or some might just prefer their desktop audio. I guess the fact that we have options available is key for this Microsoft Teams world. And Yealink are the only global vendor that has a full raft of voice, video, and peripheral solutions, all certified from Microsoft. And just before we move into Q&A, Yealink do have an on-premise and a cloud flavor of their Yealink device management platform. There's no differentials between the two, it's just one's on-premise. So if you have customers that are more security conscious, they can spin up an instance of the on-premise version themselves. But if you have people that just want the cloud option, then we've got that option as well. Now these instances are both completely free, and we can provide you with free trials. I'll come on to that shortly. They both deliver a host of capabilities and integrated functions as you'd expect from a management platform. So things like multi-level management, remote diagnostics, as you can see on screen, and the RPS service is integrated into this piece as well. The free trials are available on request. We just need an email address of the person that will be looking to access this device management platform. And prices are available through Nimans for this service, but it is free for 3 years for sub 1,000 devices. So we basically use this I would say, as a teaser for customers if they do want to look at the management of the Yealink estate. And it's everything that you can see on screen that it manages. So anything from the SIP handset estate, the Teams handset estate, the Microsoft Teams rooms, the Yealink video conferencing Teams rooms, it does encompass everything and pulls it all together. There is an open API as well, so if there's any third-party devices that you do wish to add, that is something that we can work with you on to try and get that added to the platform as well. So in summary, that is that. All the voice solutions that you need to keep your working world turning over wherever you are in a Microsoft hat. The email address in the center of this slide deck is where you can get access to all of the business unit. So again, we're a team of 10 spanning pre-sales, sales, technical support, marketing, and procurement. So if you do have any dedicated Yealink opportunities in whatever flavor, again, SIP, video, Microsoft, this is the best way to get the quickest response from myself and the team. And then obviously you've also got your Nimans account managers as well. So several bites of the cherry to get hold of somebody. Right, scary bit, I guess. questions. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to use the panel to submit. As mentioned at the start of the webinar, if there's anything I can't answer straight away, we will come back to you as quickly as possible. So I guess, again, thank you for your time, and I'll wait for the questions to come through. Here we go. So I think there's a question come through regarding the T56A. It supports Bluetooth, but it does need a Bluetooth dongle. That is correct. So hopefully that answers that one. So if you do require a Bluetooth on the T56A, then you do need the BT50 dongle for that to work. Here we go. So someone's asked, and this is a question that pops up repeatedly, the T58 does have a slot for a USB camera. Let me see the rest of that question. Here we go. So this will never be usable for a Teams video call. So that is correct. So the T58 handset coupled with the Cam 50 equals the T58V. So that T58V handset will only give you SIP, voice and video. So if you're looking for SIP, voice and video, then it's the T58V handset you're looking for. If you have someone that is looking for a handset that provides voice and video, that will be Yealink's VP59 unit, which we'll discuss that on session 2. But what I'll do, I'll take that question away and I'll send you through the details of that particular handset for the person that's asked that particular question. Okay, what else do we have? Can you configure and manage the phones remotely through Yealink Device Manager? Yes, you can. So again, if you do have any handsets out in the wild on your Yealink estate, and again, be that SIP, Teams, Skype for Business, those handsets can be configured and managed remotely. And again, if anybody does want to have a free walk around of the cloud flavor of the management platform, then again, drop the Yealink BU at nicom.co.uk an email, and we'll pick that up for you. In fact, I'll go back because I may have skipped that through a bit quickly. So the email address on screen there. If anybody does want a free trial of the YMCS, then please do drop an email into there, and we'll set you up on that one. So thank you for that question. Okay, is there anything else? Let's have a look. Oh, so someone did mention, sorry, right at the start of the session, the sessions 2 and 3. So we will be looking to finalise those over the coming weeks, because there's been a few people that are very interested in getting to grips with the Microsoft Teams room solutions. So as soon as we are able to pinpoint a date for that, then we'll fire that out straight away. And again, same for the session 3. Okay, is there any more? Okay, I think just, oh, there we go. There's one more. Let's have a quick look. So somebody has asked, the T5 series appear to be mid-range. Are there any Teams certified entry-level devices? So the only certified voice device at present from Yealink is the T55. So to give you an idea, that has an RRP of around £215. So if you if you want your trade costs on what that unit would be, then please do get in contact with your Nimans account manager. And I'd probably envisage it's going to be somewhere around £115 to £120. So I guess it's quite manageable for some of the others that are out there. But I guess then that would come into play where, maybe a Yealink headset or a CP700 unit might be a good fit. Okay. I think so far, not to jinx it, that's probably it on questions. Nice. They have answered them all as well, which is good. So again, I guess just in summary, look, thank you again very much for everybody's time today. And sessions 2 and 3 will be coming very, very soon. And a link to the recording will hopefully be with you all by the end of the working day or by the end of the week. So yeah, again, thank you very much. And I look forward to speaking to you all again soon. Thank you very much for attending, everybody. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.